Hey, yo, friends, this is Cece. Just another little update. We're doing ADHD and just kind of like diet and lifestyle cell stabilization, just things that kind of get you back on track, fighting executive dysfunction, just taking vitamins that actually work for us and stuff. A lot of things for people with ADHD don't work, and sometimes it's just about exploring yourself. So you don't even have to have ADHD to learn from this channel. You could actually pick up just on self-exploration, learning about yourself and why certain things would work for you when they don't work for other people, why things don't work for you when they do work for other people. Yeah. So I've been doing this exploration for a little bit, and for the most part, I've just kind of cut back to doing just regular food. And honestly, after all the nodes and all the studying and everything like that, that's really, really what it boiled down to is calories in, calories out, the appropriate amount of working out. It really doesn't seem to be a matter of what time of day you decide to eat, all that stuff. It just depends on like how it flows best with you for energy. For me, that's again morning time, and then I kind of do like a semi-fasted lunch, but it's definitely still got some calories in it and stuff like that to get me through till dinner time, when I'm usually just barely hungry again. Now, I've gotten to a bit of a plateau this last day, which is perfectly fine. There's actually nothing wrong with plateaus. I enjoy them. I just lost 10 pounds. I'm really not expecting to just like keep going down the water slide down. I could freak out and start taking all sorts of extra measures. That's not happening. In fact, quite the opposite. I've actually, if anything, been kind of looser on the food guidelines. I went out to eat, even though I ate, an altered meal, there was still a lot of sugar in there. I've been eating my Costco samples. Some of them were ones I wouldn't bring home, things like that. I've had a bite of, food that other people were eating, and they share, like my son was like, sharing a bite of something that normally I wouldn't eat, and I would let myself have a bite of it or whatever. I don't really think a bite of food counts if you're eating. Like, I'm not a big calorie counter. For me, again, my little, gremlin, ADHD gremlin wants to try new things. It wants to, taste the new sample of something. And if I don't, I feel like I'm like being oppressed, and like something like your little ADHD gremlin doesn't like feeling chained up. We like to explore and try new experiences and just all this other stuff that's just good for us. Anyhow, so I've been doing that, but I also, because I have ADHD, I'll hyperfixate on a meal over and over and over again, which makes Costco my friend. You're like, oh, how are you going to eat that whole box of croissants? So I've been trying to kind of play with that. I've been playing with the idea, I can have my one Rice Krispie treat with the chocolate topped and the peanut butter added, and it's like 140 calories. That's a great little snack. I've learned that a Cadbury cream egg is only 160 calories, so I've inserted this dessert idea. Turns out most of those little Hostess snacks and stuff like that, if you only eat one of the cupcakes, that's like 160 calories too. Just, read the back, find out where you can have it. And I've been kind of hyper-focusing on eating dessert every night. I'm still waiting for the appeal of that to rub off. Essentially, what I want to have happen is have it be so regular that I could do without it, and let that hyperfixation wear off, instead of turning that hyperfixation into food noise, which is just never going to quiet down, in my brain. That's how it works. So I have to let the little gremlin have its cookie. It's just not gonna get on the stroller until then. It's like the kid in the bookstore that knows there is nothing you can do but leave or give it the cookie because it's not gonna stop crying. I actually saw that the other day. Anyhow, so you can't really help it. This is your little gremlin you take around everywhere. So what I've decided to also do is I love avocados, and Costco has this fantastic deal on avocados. It's like 6 avocados. You pay like $5 for it. So it's like less than $1 for an avocado. I'm the only person in the house that eats avocados. So now I've got like 6 avocados that I got to figure out what to do with. So what I'm doing is I'm like putting most of them in the refrigerator and then like rotating them onto the counter, because I'm a very specific avocado person. They have to be perfect or I can't eat the avocado also. It's like the texture thing. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to rotate them out and time them so that I have an avocado every day. And I don't know if you've heard this, it's supposed to be really good for your skin, the healthy fats, and just like all these other things, I'm trying to kind of make up for the fact that I absolutely love avocados, but have been kind of skipping on them, mostly because no one else in the house wanted avocados and I didn't want to eat an entire avocado. But if my avocado is, say, my lunch, you know, and I just have like, what I like to do is cut the avocado in half and then I put some really spicy salsa in each half, put some flake salt on top and then eat that. And then I also got some of that Tillamook sugar-free, not necessary because I eat regular jerky too, jerky. And so I ate, you know, just a couple squares of that just to kind of fill me up. And honestly, that felt pretty good for lunch today. I'm going to try kind of doing that rotation and just go through like a week of eating avocados to let myself have my little hyperfixation. I'm going to stick with the dessert. I'm absolutely not going to be worried about any kind of weight loss. If anything, I'm going to be trying to add to the calisthenics, add to the working out, the yoga, making sure that I'm maintaining consistency on my steps, making sure that I'm using my skincare products that I bought myself as a reward. So I'm using this time to take a little pause on my plateau. And I'm telling you, if you've got ADHD, this is something that you actually are going to crave. We, as much as we love excitement, as much as we love new things, we also don't always adore when our stuff gets like ripped out and changed. We don't like it when things aren't exactly the way that we're used to or want it to be. And so it's just something that we can kind of battle with, you know. It's not like an OCD thing. It's definitely just more like a perfectionist thing that we sort of fail at repeatedly, but when we can get right, it just like really jives with us nicely. So it's just like a slightly different variation from other neurodivergencies, just so we're clear. So that is how I'm going to keep going. Rocking the plateau. I don't know. I could actually lose weight, but I doubt it because of the additional fats, because of things like that. But we're going to go ahead and try the avocado thing out. Make sure that that keeps maintaining the weight, and otherwise I might ditch that plan and only have an avocado as those occasional snacks. So this week, the whole plan is keeping with the rest of the plan, but we are going to be experimenting with adding healthy fats. Cheers to that, guys. Stay tuned for more.